Today, we're breaking down Whatnot, an app that allows you to buy and sell things while on live streams. Welcome to episode 47 of the App Breakdown. I first heard about Whatnot a few years ago through a friend, and I was super interested in this whole market of live stream shopping apps because it's clearly a very big thing inside of Facebook, inside of Instagram, inside of TikTok, and also on these standalone apps like Whatnot. I think Whatnot is one of the biggest players in the space as a standalone app. I mean, they're number 2 in shopping according to the App Store tracker, so they must be pretty big. And this whole category basically exploded during COVID and then I think winded a bit down, but maybe didn't even wind down. I just don't know enough about the category. We're gonna break down the app today. I haven't opened it in a long time, except for this morning when I created an account. So we're not gonna get to see the onboarding, but we're gonna get to see what it looks like just after going through the onboarding. So I'm gonna open Whatnot here, boom. They have a gorgeous splash screen. I'm gonna close the app to see that again. Boom. It's one of those splash screens that just tells you exactly what the app is about in a very fun way in 1 second. I love it. As we open up here, we get a full model of suggestions, or not suggestions, but like identification of the user. Let's find you something to shop for. Okay, let's actually choose things that I might be interested on. So let's go for men's fashion. Whoa. Okay, very nice menu. How do I dismiss this? Done. Cool. I was not expecting this menu at all. I was expecting like some kind of expansion or the card or some panel, but this is really cool. Where we have the images coming from the top in different blurred states, so it gives like a depth effect, and then you have the buttons for all the things. So let's go men's modern, men's vintage clothing. Okay, done. And then I'm also gonna choose coins and money. Let's go with this, boom, and tools, whatever. Okay, and here they're basically trying to get to know me so that they know what to recommend inside the app. Like a screen like this makes a lot of sense in the context of an onboarding for an app that is gonna recommend you things to buy. So let's hit continue. Which category is your favorite? Okay, I bet this is the one that they're gonna show above the fold on the homepage. Let's go with tools, because why not? Oh, nice little micro interaction, nothing too special, but nice touch. Continue. Okay, finding you top sellers you'll love. Boom. And like I predicted, they put you inside the category that you just said it's your favorite. And not only do they show it above the fold, it's just the full page, basically. The full page is just tools now. And we can already see a few things from the UI. So we see the creator or seller, their rating, their name, and then if they're live or not, when they're gonna be live, and also the amount of people watching the live. And there's some quick follow buttons. So let's actually follow this first one from here and tap continue. I'm getting mixed feelings from this screen because on one end, I think I should be able to tap into one of the lives. On the other end, the CTA is continue. So basically the question to the team is, okay, on this screen, do you want me to go into the lives or do you want me to hit continue without going into any of them? Let's actually try and go into one of the lives. Oh, I can't. I can only follow. Okay, then I just understood the wrong thing, I guess. Not very clear. So let's just hit continue. Never miss a show. Okay, cool. So with a little video, they're giving me the value of the notifications. So I'm gonna allow notifications. Generating my home feed now. Tap on a show to start shopping. Okay, see, this is what's weird. On the screen before, we had basically exactly this UI with the card, the creator, and the live on the top left. I tried to tap and didn't go into it. And then 2 screens later, they're teaching me to click exactly on that UI to go into the live. So basically in a difference of a few seconds, they're using the same UI for very different purposes. So I wish it was a bit clearer there, but yeah. Okay, so nice explanation. Okay, they're prompting me for a rating now, even though I haven't done anything on the app. I wish they prompted like after I saw my first thing or after I made my first purchase. Although the first purchase is definitely too far down the funnel because I'm guessing most users don't never buy anything. So let's just go not now. And straight away we have the creator or seller that I actually followed. So he's live right now. That's pretty cool. And you see they do the kind of progressive disclosure of the UI by blacking out the entirety of the home screen and showing me just my first live. So it's like, click here, go into this. So we're gonna do just that. Tap to watch. Okay.
Oh, well done.
Cool, some nice confetti with custom haptics
Next up, we've got
when
a
I start
200
my
mil
first live,
Nipex die
and
cutters, die
we get a
cutters.
guided tour. So
Industrials, lovely forged
swipe to
steel
bid or
images.
buy. So we have swipe to bid or buy. Try it now. Cool. This is your wallet. Next. This is the kind of tooltip that I actually like because it's interactive, it has some animations, it's asking you to do different actions. So it's a lot better than just a plain text tooltip. Get bid ready. Okay. Add shipping address and add payment method. Oh yeah, because this is a shopping app, so they actually need you to set up all of those things. It's something that's very hard about building apps that require a lot of prior context, is that you just want users to get to the main thing that matters, which in this case, I'm guessing it's buying your first thing. But to do that, you need to know where to ship it, you need to know the payment method, you need to know all of those things for them to actually have a good experience. So it's always a bit of a chicken and egg problem where you need to get users as fast as possible to where they want to go, but for them to go there, they have all of these prerequisites. So I wonder if they could connect with Apple Wallet or something, just extract those details, but Apple probably doesn't give those away. And so in that case, you could connect with like Shopify or something. I don't know, I'm just rambling at this point. So let's close here the panel. Okay, and let's look at the UI of the live stream itself. There's a lot of things on the screen and more appearing. To purchase in lives, we need, okay, so they're insisting on the payment method, which makes sense. Cool, so let's actually take a look at the UI here. So on the top left, we have the creators. So the creator informations. We know that the shipping is 2 days. Okay, that's pretty cool. On the top right, we have the amount of viewers and the drop down. And then on the left side, we have the chat overlaid on the live. On the right, we have a bunch of controls like more, clip, share, wallet, and shop. And then at the bottom, we have what I think is the last item that was sold and who bought it. So we have all of these animations that we were just watching also overlaid. Those are pretty cool. Okay, and now we have a new item. So we can bid £8 or we can bid a custom amount. Let's try bidding 10. Oh, I have missing information, so I cannot even bid. So this is interesting because I'm sure they've explored this and there's probably a reason why they haven't done it. But it feels like I should still be able to bid and then like fill out my information like in some other place. I guess the main reason why they didn't do it is that if I bid and then I win the bidding, but then I actually don't complete my account and put my information in, then it's the seller who actually loses because I'm not going to pay him and they cannot front run the cost because that's just going to make them run out of money basically. But it would still be interesting to create some kind of UI maybe for specifically for unfunded users that allows them to bid before actually going in and putting the credit card on a new app. Because what they're asking me to do is of course necessary to buy something, but to put my credit card on a new app is like, it's a big ask. I don't just go around putting my credit card everywhere. I wish there were other ways around it. Cool. Let's try going to, oh, I naturally just did this even though they didn't teach it. But yeah, vertical videos everywhere now. So it just makes sense. Or actually, let's stay on this live because it's about to end this next item and I want to see the overlays. Okay, they have some very cool overlays for the people buying and people winning things. So let's just continue here. Again, they're insisting on me adding my credit card, which makes sense. Okay, let's try some other parts of the UI on this live. So first, let's tap on the profile. On top left, okay, profile is a little panel with not much to show. Oh, this is not actually the profile. So you can actually view the profile from here. And this is more like an action center for the profile. That's an interesting approach. It's a bit like buried. They're burying the profile, but I guess that can make sense. So let's click view profile, because I want to see that. Okay, so the profile is another panel. So they could definitely fit the other actions into this panel and just reduce one layer of navigation. What do we have here? We have ratings, shipping time, amount of items sold, followers following, description, the basic things, tips, and then we have like shows, shop, nothing on the shop, reviews, and clips. So this is basically like going into a more social Shopify, which is a pretty cool concept. Okay, let's dismiss it. Also dismiss this one and try clicking on the views on the top right. Views. Okay, friends and live. There's nothing here at the moment. What do you mean there's nothing here at the moment? There's 530 people. So it's basically like there's no friends here. But why don't they show me everyone else that's here? That seems like a missed opportunity. Like there's a lot of people here. Some of them probably have interesting profiles. I wish I could see that. And on the drop down, okay, so the drop down makes it go into picture-in-picture mode. And I'm guessing you can put it on drop down and exit the app. Yep, and it stays here. So let's go back in. Boom, we're back on the live. Okay, what else do we have? We have a giveaway happening with 400 entries. Follow the host and enter giveaway. Let's go. Oh, actually, we need to do all of these things to enter the giveaway again. So they really insist on it. I guess they're probably their retention metrics show that if a user never adds a payment method or a shipping address, they churn. And so the users need to do this. Actually, it's something that I don't think I've ever talked on the show about. Is I should probably do a whole video about it, or maybe a video series, but it's like always, if you have an app that actually has some users, always go through the metrics, see what metrics drive retention, and then point users towards those metrics. But that's an entire video or entire series, so I'm gonna shut up about it now. Let's click on the chat. Let's see what the chat looks like. Okay, so there's no like full screen chat thing. I just tap and the keyboard comes up. Let's send a nice little yo here at the bottom. Cool. It's pretty hard to read, but at the same time, they can't really cover the live because that's the most important thing. So it makes sense, their decision here. And here on the side, we have clip. Let's tap clip. Oh, we're generating a clip. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so we can see here the clip that I generated. We have share. Let's tap it. They have a custom share sheet, pretty nice, with some, like, they have the copy, they have the live on the top left. You can share them in the usual suspects. Then you have wallet. In this case, we're gonna go to the panel that we already know. And then we have shop. I'm actually interested in tapping on shop, but let's go to the previous seller to tap on shop, because I remember that he had a lot more things there. So let's go shop. Boom. Okay, and here it's more like the classic grid view of things. So if we want to buy a pair of gloves, you can come here and pre-bid for a pair of gloves. Oh, can we do this actually? Submit. No, okay. Yeah, it's going into the same funnel. Cool. And this is the deep view. I'm just gonna call it the deep view of an item, or like the item page. So I have the item up top, details, cool, and the CTAs to pre-bid. One thing I wish they did a bit better is in terms of navigation. This screen came from the left, and so I want to dismiss it to the right. And the button says that you can dismiss it to the right, but I cannot swipe it away. I wish I could. That's one navigation detail that really makes apps either feel heavy or feel light to use. It's how much you can navigate just by gesturing around. Okay, let's scroll here a bit, see what we have. Nothing too special. Let's tap on the bell. I'm guessing the bell is just gonna alert me whenever this item is gonna go for auction. And so this 4 here on the bell means that 4 people are waiting for this item to go on auction. Okay. These seem pretty cheap, not gonna lie. Maybe I'll buy a few things. Okay, let's try swiping through a few lives here. Okay, every time I go into a new live, it actually adds me to add my payment information. So every time, see, I go into a new live, boom, payment information. So let's actually exit the lives, close, and have a deeper look at the home screen here. So on the home screen, we have at the top, we have search, and at the bottom, we also have a search icon. So that's a bit funky. We have messages, notifications, and a gift. Let's tap on the gift because it's pulsing. Okay, it's referral. So they have a referral system. Yep, nothing too special. Classic referral. Then we have categories up top. Nice carousel of categories. I'm a big fan of these types of carousels. They're just like easily accessible and they tell you what you need to know. If we go into one of them, oh, we actually have sub navigation. So that's pretty cool. So this is a good example of handling complex navigations. So let's say you have a bunch of categories and inside those categories, you have another bunch of categories and inside of those, etc., etc. This is a good way to handle it, where you cover it all up and just show the top level categories here. And then if you go into men's fashion, then they actually show you the subcategories and also in this case, the subcategories. So subcategories might be a bit too much, but categories definitely not. It's going to watches. Okay, tapping into one of the subcategories actually takes you to a full page. So you can see those here and go into specific pages. If we go back, see here in this case, I can navigate by swiping. So they just didn't do it on the other page. And if we scroll down, it's just lists of people who are live right now or that they're going to be live in the future. Let's try using the search up top. So we have some suggested searches from recently viewed users. So these basically function as a way to go back to things that you viewed, which is pretty handy, especially when you're navigating video and you don't really know how to get back to things. And then you have saved, which is empty, of course. And then let's just see what the search results look like. Okay, so very plain and simple, just like one-liners. They just show you who you're targeting, the name, and then the amount of followers. Or if you're searching for items, for example, one-piece cards, it's just one line. And if we tap into those, we get the full search of it. All right, cool. Let's go back into home. Okay, they allow to go back into home by double tapping on the icon. So that's cool. You can just swipe down. Boom. Very handy navigation, like very basic, but very handy navigation mode. And let's go into categories. So the second tab here, I'm really loving their little illustrations on the cards. Like these look nice. They look much better than if it was just text, because I'm not even reading the text for most of these and I know what they are. Okay, and then if I go into one of them, let's see what it looks like. Oh, actually they have a different... Okay, so on the first screen of the video, the one where I was choosing my categories, this was the kind of navigation that I was expecting. The like accordion style or expansion style of the card. And they do it here. So it's inconsistent from the first one, but I guess the first one was more like a showpiece. So it's not as much of an inconsistency as it is just different use cases, where in the first one they want to impress you and they want you to choose categories. Here you're trying to browse fast through things. So let's click sneakers. Okay, again, full page from the right, so no reinvention of the wheel here. Okay, women's fashion has a bunch of categories. Oh, what is this? What and what not? What is that? All and what not. Are these like things that don't fit into any category? Maybe. Okay, I'm not gonna go into any of these now. Let's go into sell. So the middle button on the bottom nav. What can I sell? Interested in selling. Okay, let's tap get started. Just see what that looks like. And I'm probably not going to do it. Got it. Which category are you selling in? I'm selling coins. I actually have a very interesting book about coins just in front of me now. Cool. Next. Okay, so they're just gonna put me through the onboarding here and I don't want to do it now. So I'm gonna close application. So you have to apply to be able to sell, which I guess makes sense because this is like the perfect ground for scammers, which is why I'm guessing they put so much emphasis on like the reviews and the shipping time and reviews by other people all the way on the profile. It's because if you want to be a scammer, this is kind of good ground. Okay, let's go into activity, see if we have something there. So we have no purchases, no bids, no offers, no saved. Oh, we do have one saved that I did save, okay. And on the purchases here, I wish they deep linked me somewhere here. It's something that I talk about a lot, like just never lead users into a dead end. And in this case, they are leading me into a dead end, and the entirety of the activity app is basically a dead end because I haven't bought anything yet. So this could be a good opportunity for them to just tell me to buy something and actually direct me there. And also something else that I'm noticing is on the home, they use this kind of top navigation for the categories. They could use the same thing here in activity, but instead they choose to have this like line with bids and offers and saved. It doesn't look very consistent. I definitely prefer the earlier one, this one, but it's okay. Okay, let's go into my account. What do we see here? We have a nice little promotional card. We have my profile, and then it's mostly just a list of things for me to handle. So it serves a lot as just settings. Let's actually tap here. Okay, we can add multiple accounts. I'm guessing this is if you have like a buying account and a selling account, it makes sense. If we click on view profile, okay, so once again, the profile is buried under two different layers. So they choose to surface settings more than the actual profile here. Okay, and we have a nice little empty state to get me started doing my own profile and selling stuff. Cool. So what have we seen that I really liked? First and foremost, I really like how insistent they are on me adding my payment details. If they consider that this is the most important thing for me to do, then it makes sense to be this insistent. Then I really like the bid actually UI at the bottom. I think it's very satisfying and it has a nice haptic to it. And also a tiny detail, I'm not sure if they do this on purpose or not, but it feels extremely fast to bid because you don't have to swipe all the way across. You only have to swipe like 1 centimeter and then you bid. So they remove all the friction from buying something or bidding on something to buy. So that's pretty cool design. Then I also really like the overlays that they have. whenever someone wins a giveaway or buys something. I think those giveaways add a lot to the experience. I like this that is playing now, selecting a winner of a giveaway, and then boom, there you have it with nice confetti. So it just makes it an experience. I like that the chat is overlaid, and I like the way they handle just the sheer amount of categories that they need to handle with the headings and then subsections below it. Super interesting app. I would love to know how it is actually doing. There's a lot of people on these live streams, so I hope they're doing well, and wishing the best to the team. This has been episode 47 of the app breakdown. I'll see you on 48.